consider from birth, even maybe before birth, the microbiota starts to establish, and actually at birth, the microbiota, the infant will come into contact with the mother's vaginal tract and also fecal bacteria. So the infant will get inoculated with their first big serving of microbes during the birthing process, or if the infant is born caesareanly, an infant adapts to more bacteria associated with skin microbiota. So this affects the bacteria that a person will have in their initial stages of life. Now, breastfed infants, formula-fed infants, they'll have a predominance of bifidobacteria from the oligosaccharides that are in the milk sources they're having. But when they get weaned, the microbiota becomes more diverse. There's a wider range of microorganisms there. Then throughout life, from about 3 years of age, until adulthood, the microbiota is actually fairly stable. So the bacteria that are present there are in a fairly stable community that does change with diet, but because people's diets don't alter that much, they've got their normal cool foods that they're eating, the microbiota seems to be quite stable. But then as we go into older age groups, possibly due to changes in diet, due to changes in activity, due to taste palette changing, the diet's actually changing, and this can influence the microbiota. And what we're seeing is decreases in some important groups like bifidobacteria that's been quite well associated with health effects. So by seeing a change in this group, we think it's quite important. But then when you combine the fact that we're also seeing changes with the immune system, in that we're seeing increases in inflammation, and inflammation is something we don't want to have, inflamed guts all the time. We need to have a normal level to be able to deal with things. Natural killer cell activity levels decrease. We need to be able to actually keep these well regulated. So things are changing in aging in a process called immunosenescence. But what we've been able to see is by supplementation with things like prebiotics, we're able to come some way to get over this and actually change the microbiota back to that of younger adults, and actually impact on the immune system as well. So really from these experiments, it does look like it's all very much interrelated, and just by changing the bacteria, we're also impacting on the immune system and the health status of these people.